you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here to talk about our commentary channels hurting larger creators, and also just kind of like going over the point or the goal of my channel and some of those kind of surface level topics. So if you're interested in hearing my thoughts about all of this, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so I have a few things that I want to hit on, but this is also going to be just a lot of my thoughts. So if it's a little bit jumbled and a little bit chatty, please forgive me. This might not be the video for you, but there are some things that have been on my mind as of lately, and I want to tell you guys kind of my views on them and then open it up to you guys if I can speak. So that's kind of the idea of this video. It doesn't happen all the time, but I will sporadically think about my content, my channel, what direction is my channel going in? Do I want to change anything? Do I want to stop doing anything or start doing anything as far as content? And what I share with you guys. And I think that any YouTuber that has a fair amount of self-awareness thinks about what they are putting out onto the internet, at least here and there, bare minimum. I'm sure that some of them think about it more consistently. For me, these are just thoughts that come in here and there. And as I was thinking through these, I said, I need to make a video because a comment that I've been seeing on a couple of my videos, they're peppered in here and there, specifically since I've started covering the Doherty Dozen, since I talked about Stephanie Harlow the other day, and since I've been covering the Clout fam. A comment that I've been seeing is, you're riding off the coattails of other YouTubers in order to gain or build your channel, gain subscribers, whatever it says. And while some people might look at it that way, I think that the reason that this perspective comes into my comments is because a lot of times you're talking about a YouTuber who might be a family vlogger, or like with Stephanie Harlow, she does true crime. And the watchers of that kind of content don't know about commentary. They don't know about tea channels or even drama channels. I don't really care what y'all label me as. Call me a tea channel, call me commentary, don't care. What matters to me is what my content says to the majority of my audience. Is it resonating? Is it making sense? And I'm sure that some people would say, well, why even pay attention to those few comments that are peppered throughout? Because I care. I'm not, some careless person here, just like completely ignorant to being able to listen to the other side. But I can understand why a commentary video might catch someone off guard if they're used to watching Alicia Doherty do, snack boards for her kids, or Stephanie Harlow doing a podcast and talking about true crime. If you watch that kind of content on a consistent basis, and then you happen to come across a commentary video talking about my thoughts about the Doherty Dozen and how she shouldn't be putting medical info out, or how I think that she's utilizing some of these kids' stories for her own self-serving reasons, it might upset some people. Now, this is also why with my videos, I have done my best to keep my cool during them, even if it's something that really pisses me off, like, Brittany Dawn and her dog, or the situation with Mandy, Self-Taught Beauty. Even if my opinions are a little hot-headed and a little upset, I still do my best to not come here and scream at the camera and call everyone nasty, filthy whores, and cuss them out, because I don't feel like that's going to resonate with many people at all. My videos, I hope, resonate with most of my audience and people that come across. Of course, there are going to be those few that still say that I'm a bully and, y'all already know that whole gig that people have. But I've done my best to not be a jerk when I'm delivering commentary, even if it's someone that I completely disagree with and I think that they have zero morals and they're just doing really bad shit on a public stage. I still try to handle those topics with as much grace as I can give them, circumstances, considered. But when I hear the argument of you're riding off someone else's coattails, you're using their name for views, I guess that could be something that someone would gather from watching a video of me discussing someone else on YouTube. But I would say 99.9% of the people that I cover, they do have bigger channels than me, but it's because my channel is small. Even though I feel like my community is resilient and intelligent and amazing, I still have a small community if you're just looking at the subscriber number alone. So yeah, people I talk about do have a larger following than me, but that doesn't mean that because I have less subscribers, I shouldn't be able to talk about them, because then if I do, then I'm using their name for clicks and views. The whole point of my channel, and this has been consistent through and through, is to talk about things that influencers would not tell you themselves. They're not going to come out and be honest about some of these junk products that they shill, or what their intent is behind putting content behind a paywall, or why they're sharing really traumatic medical issues to do with their kids. Most of them are going to veil it as awareness, or, oh, I use this product every day. Even though they probably don't, they're being paid to say really nice things about this product. And I'm not saying that every YouTuber is like this, but I have seen a consistent pattern with a lot of the people that I talk about, and that is everything comes down to what they can gain financially from a situation. And the field goal is pushed and pushed and pushed until they're literally divulging all the information about their kids, and they're going into all of these details about their day-to-day life, and they're telling you where they live and where their kids go to school. But the thing that I have seen is that it all comes down to clicks and views. And I've always said, if you're going to put out public info, then there's going to be public commentary given on it. And as your channel grows, you're going to have more and more people that don't like you, and that applies to me as well. I've seen a shift from when I had like 5,000 subscribers. There were, those couple of trolls, and they hated me. But as my channel has grown, there have been more and more people kind of pick up and say, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this. And they can do that as long as you're not name calling. If you think that I'm a snob and I sit on my high horse, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. If that's what you get from my content, I can't change your mind. And if you've decided that you don't like me, then you don't like me. Maybe you'll like me next year or never at all, and that's okay too. The one funny thing that I have noticed is there are people that will decide they don't like you because you did not give them the attention that they wanted. And you guys might already know this, but I had a very awkward encounter with a subscriber, and things got weird. And since things got weird and I separated myself and, put up some healthy boundaries, now I'm enemy number one, which I just think is comical. If you guys knew all the details, then you would understand. But for me to disengage in a very casual conversation, there has to be some red flags there. I talk to a lot of y'all behind the scenes. If you talk to me, I'll talk to you, and I've said that for the longest time. If we're having casual conversation and I just stop talking, then it's because there are red flags going up left and right. And, you know, whatever. If you want to hate me at that point, I don't really care. But either way, I still need to do that video on parasocial relationships for you guys because they definitely exist far and wide. And I've had my own experience with them as well. So either way, that was just a side note. But I told y'all that this video was going to be rambly, right? I just want to make sure that I'm staying true to myself and I am not harming anyone by the content that I'm making. I am not going real life with anyone. I'm not ever encouraging you guys to go real life with people. I always say that there can be some things that are really, really obnoxious and super toxic online. It happens every day. We can make videos about it and we can talk about it and we can have comment sections open and, you know, spill some tea and throw a little shade. I'm all good with that, but I will not come to you guys and say, oh, well, this should happen. I always say, as a citizen, you have an obligation and a right to report a few things. If you see animal abuse, child abuse, sexual assault, domestic violence on film, then yeah, you have an obligation to report that. But most of what I'm talking about consistently is not super noteworthy. It's just influencers being influencers, and we can laugh at it and poke fun and, you know, have our opinions here. But I never want my content to be harming anyone directly. Like, you know, of course, I struggle with mental health stuff. A lot of people that are online struggle with mental health stuff. You know, if just having a simple video made is going to send someone and make them have a bad day, I don't know if you should, you know, be a public figure, because I have had videos made about me, and you know, if they had the ability to ruin my day, then I would have shut down my channel a long time ago. I have to just ignore it unless it's legit criticism, then I will listen to it. But most of the criticism that I've received has been from comments and subscribers or people in DMs, and I've learned a lot during my time on YouTube, and I've made changes when I need to. And if there have been times where I've messed up, I've owned it and made it right. But I said in a recent video, commentary can be a sticky space to get involved in, because there are people on the internet that are so thrown off by opinions that they're willing to just cuss you out and have a meltdown just because you don't like their favorite influencer or you have a hot take on their favorite YouTuber. You know, that's just the society of living on the internet. That's how people operate on the internet, and that's just kind of part of the gig. But I do consider myself to be a pretty self-aware person, and I've always done my best to try to reflect on stuff. And once I started thinking about it over the last few days, I really wanted to talk to you guys about it. Do you have criticism for me? Like, is there something that I do that just drives you guys up a wall? Like, obviously I can't change the way that my voice sounds or anything like that, but you know, if there is actual criticism, I want you guys to always feel comfortable coming to me and saying, you know, hey, I didn't like this, or maybe you could think about doing this a little bit different. Here's some information that you might not know that might enlighten you or allow you to elaborate on your thoughts in an upcoming video. I'm just here for learning. I'm here for educating myself, and I lean on you guys to help me along the way, because I have experience with stuff that you guys don't maybe not have experience with, and y'all definitely have experience with stuff that I don't have experience with. And I'm just always trying to walk that line. And, you know, especially with these mommy vloggers, a lot of times it'll be like, oh, well, you can't have an opinion because you're not a mom. And that argument I've been hearing since the first couple times I cover Micah Stoffer. And I will always say, you don't have to be a mom to have an opinion on a lot of this stuff. There might be certain situations that I don't have direct experience with, but I don't have to be a mom to know that letting your kids wear flip-flops in the snow is maybe not the best idea. And I also don't need to be a mom to know that, you know, rehoming your special needs adopted son is a really shit thing to do. I really just wanted to talk to you guys about this stuff, and hopefully you guys can add to the conversation in the comments down below. I want to make sure that I'm doing my best, and I'm also giving you guys what you came for. You guys know my goal with YouTube is not to become a big YouTuber and make a bunch of money by releasing some cheesy merch and Patreon and all this kind of stuff. I'm just here to give you guys consistent content, and what YouTube pays me is extra money. I have a full-time job, and I will have a full-time job for a very, very, very long time. I don't see YouTube evolving to anything where I would leave my full-time job, and that's where I will leave it for right now. Of course, never say never, but I can confidently say at least for the next while, unless something super crazy happens, but it would take a near impossible situation for me to even consider leaving my full-time job. And even then I would still work part-time, but that's a different conversation for a different day. So either way, wanted to chat with you guys tonight, and I hope that you guys are well. I hope that you're enjoying the consistency. I've been trying to just be super consistent for you guys by uploading 1 to 2 videos a day. And even if they're shorter videos, sometimes short videos can be, you know, nice to listen to on a break or at lunch or whatever, you know, you're doing. It's all good, but I hope that you guys appreciate it as I appreciate you guys listening and engaging and commenting and liking the videos. It's been so fulfilling to see my channel growing over the last few months, and I'm just eternally grateful for all of you guys that get excited to see my silly little opinion pop up on your subscription feed. So either way, didn't mean to get emo, so I'm gonna finish this video out. For now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.